Hello and welcome back to IRS. We are back live on Twitch for Tier 2, Round 2 here in Great Britain, Silverstone. Got an 18-minute qualifying session. That is dry weather, which is good to see. Few cars just about to leave the pits onto the track for the first time. IRS LB44 has subscribed at Tier 1 for 8 months now. What a legend on Twitch. So get the telemetry up, get all the data up. So we're in. Alright, I think there's a few new drivers driving today. Julio Caesar, good name, in the RB reserving today. You got Skinner in the Aston Martin making the debut today as well. Sepoy's first race of the season in the Williams. And I think that's it. Everyone else has raced. Outlaw's back actually, to be fair. Didn't race in round 1. He's back with the Alpine as DMB Super Skills teammate. I think everyone else raced. Yeah, they did. Kentron last week, getting his first ever IRS podium in the RB. What can he do today? Can he make it 2 in a row? Finn Kits and Gregor Gamer making it a 1-2 for McLaren in the first round of the season. Gregor with the win, Finn with P2, taking maximum points. Will anyone be able to stop them today, as we're about to jump on board with Gregor for the first flying lap of this qualifying session. Here we go then. Probably looking at high 26s, maybe into the low 26s possibly from some drivers. That might be a bit optimistic. Low 27s could be a better sort of time for Tier 2. As we're 27.9 for Gregor in the first sector. As we come down the straight, headed towards the Cops corner. Fastest corner on the track. Don't want to change into gear 8 there. Stay in gear 7 just as Gregor's done. Then down into Maggots. Stay through 7. Into Beckett's down to 6. Stay through 6. Out onto the hanger straight. Looks like a good opening lap here from Gregor. Into the final couple of corners we go for the first final lap to be completed by the McLaren driver of Gregor as he crosses the line and does a 1:27.3. Next up will be Outlaw with a 27.3 as well. 2 Ferraris starting their laps just ahead of Finn Kits, who's about to cross the line on the medium tyres and does a 28.1. Aston Martin of Skinner also starting a flying lap. Gets a Sepoy who spun it on the penultimate corner, so he's on the grass. And I wait for a few cars to drive past him. One of them of a Red Bull of Julio Caesar with a 30.0. The Haas of Bubbly crosses the line, does a 27.888 in P3. What else have we got? We have got Chems and Cake in the Sauber. Only with a 28.2 goes P5. Elmo of the Void, 27.1. 2 Mercedes cross the line. Parsifal takes a 26.9, goes ahead of Elmo. Brannan jumps in at P5. Who just crossed the line there? I think that was Kentron starting a flying lap. Let's see how IRS LB44 gets on. In the first flying lap, there's a 28.7. Nick Broom does a 35.2. Skinner takes a 26.7 and goes pole position for now. We're just on board with Kentrum down at P16. No time set at the moment. As he comes through Maggots and Beckett's. So 104.0, which is a pretty decent sector time. Definitely seems inside the top 10. As we're coming through Vale, then into Club Corner and onto the Hamilton Straight to do a time of a 28.2. Chems and Cake has invalidated, but we'll go again. We've got Super Skills, Euros, Cuturillo, Matteo's Monster and Remy all on their outlaps, just about to start their first flying lap. But Skinner up top at the moment with a 126.7, 2 tenths clear of Passable. Elmo, obviously one to watch here, has the most pole positions out of any tier 2 driver of recent seasons. If I remember rightly, I think it's 9 he's on, as Euro Scooterilla runs a bit wide there. Coming out of Luffield into Woodput, down the straight into Cops Quarter. You don't want to be taking too much of that curb, unsettles the car. Just want to slightly miss it. Down into gear 7 we go. Bit tentative on the braking, and like I said, Elmo of the Void is always one to watch in qualifying. 26.6 takes provisional pole position away from Skinner. What can Euros Guterillo do though? Looking a bit messy end to the lap, but does go P11, not too bad, middle of the pack. How's his teammate getting on? Matteo's Monster. He's gone on board with Super Skills actually. Super Skills go across the line. 130.2, P14. Remy's dived into the pits. Matteo's Monster out braking himself into Vale. Sliding out the corner into Club. And goes P11. 3 tenths clear of his teammate. We've got Bubbly coming through Stove Corner, 10th up on his time. Could see himself above the Sauber of Chems and Cake. Crosses the line and does indeed see himself above Chems and Cake. Anyone else on the flying lap? Finkits is currently 2 tenths up on his best time. He's in gear 8 there. You don't want to be gear 8 there. Stay in gear 7, so much better. He's nearly 6 tenths up on his time though. Out of the IRS. Used it early on. Runs wide though, into the pits. Yep, no, changed his mind when he's got no ERS. Should have dived into the pits there. You got Grego Gamer, his teammate. 3 attempts up. Currently P4. Can he find any more time in these last couple of corners and get himself into the top 3? As Sepoy jumps up to P4 there with a 27.2 in the Williams. Ooh, Grego takes that away from him. But Grego did have 3 attempts up there, so gotta find some time from somewhere. Brannan currently just over a 10th down on his best. Outlaw P6 in the Alpine. Cuts that corner way too much, hits that massive curve, and he's gonna have to go around the lap again and dive straight into the pits. We've got Nick Broom in the Ferrari, currently a 10th down into sector 1, coming around the long right hander, which is Lafeld, onto Woodcut. Let's see how he takes Cop's corner. Yeah, that's how you want to take it. Stay in gear 7 really, through this little section, down into gear 6. Ride it around in gear 6 again, but Nick Broom has decided to stay in gear 5 there. 5.4 seconds up on this time, which is pretty good, considering his first lap was not the best. Can he finish the lap off strong here? Runs wide, it's going to cost him some time. Jumps up to P13 though, with a 28.4, not bad. Tubio Caesar going around Cops there in gear 8, had to go down into gear 7. Runs a bit wide out of Beckett's. 3 attempts up. It's going to need a bit more than that if they could jump above IRS LB44 or Euros Futurillo. Into Vale. Half decent exit, crosses the line, and it's P15. Skinner has invalidated his lap. Elmo was 2 attempts up in the first sector, taking a lot of curve, which is always good. Still 2 attempts up, but he is out of hot lap. The battery has been drained, but that cost him that 2 attempts. Oh, he's lost it. Into the pits he goes. That would have been a very good lap. Skinner did improve actually to a 26.632. Parsevo improved to a 26.7 as well though. Always on board with other people. Most of the drivers are now in the pits. IRS LB44 has invalidated. Super skills. 2 attempts up into sector 1. Remy's on a 104.4 in sector 2. Takes a lot of curve, which you don't want to be doing. Most of these corners are around Silverstone, you just want to miss the curb by the slightest fraction. You don't want to ride any of these curves really. You unset the car straight away, as Remy does a 29.4. P17. Super skills is 6 attempts up at the moment. Currently last position. Will he make any improvements here? P17 puts Remy down to last position. Sepoy and Outlaw on flying laps. Let's see what Outlaw can do as he gets a bit of a slipstream from the RB. Who was that? That was Julio Caesar. In a bit of an awkward position there. Doesn't harm Outlaw too much though. Season champion from season 8, I think it was. 2 seasons ago. Missed out on the first round, but could definitely be a title contender if he's here regularly. A 10th up into sector 2. Braked a bit earlier though, I'd say, for Vale. Gets a good exit though. Jumps up to P4 with a nice improvement. Just over a minute to go, so everyone's going to be starting their last laps just now. Finn Kits is going to be pretty close to the line. How's Kentron getting on? Just as I say that, he spins it round into Vale, locking up the rears. The yellow flag, which that has caused. Remy's down on this time. Elmo's on to his last flying lap. He was 2 temps up before he made that mistake, so what could he do now on this flying lap? 10th up into sector 1 as we go around Luffield for the last time in this qualifying session. We got Skinner and Parseval starting flying laps right next to each other as well. Parseval's invalidated straight away, so he's going to back off. That has ruined Parseval's chance of getting into the top 2 there. Let's jump back on board with Elmo, who's just over a 10th up. He's not using that hot lap. Can he get this corner right this time? Yes, he can. Into Verdun Club. Can he improve on his 26.6? Runs a bit wide. Has a bad exit with the rears lighting up. Crosses the line and does not improve his time. Who's up next to cross the line? It will be Euros Cuturilla, followed by Sepoy, who's diving into the pits. Euros jumps up to P12, ahead of his teammate, Mathieu's Monster, who jumps up to P10. The McLaren of Grego crosses the line with a 27.1. Bubbly jumps up to P7 there, ahead of Brennan. Skinner takes away pole position with a 26.2. Finn Kits, nearly 8 temps up at the moment. Comes across the line, up into P5. And that is qualifying done. With Skinner set at 26.2 on a very fast lap. Maybe they was right about putting him into tier 1. We'll see what happens in this race, but that's very quick. First time pole sitter in his debut. Possible, that's tier 1 pace from Skinner. That is your round 2 tier 2 qualifying over and done with. Top 3, Skinner, Elmo and Parsifal. Outlaw in P4 with a good showing back to the new season. Sepoy P7. Good result. Ferrari's 14th and 15th. Better than last week by a position or two. But there's your final classification. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Good luck everyone. Michelle Moki Moka. So then, we got a wet race. And it's pouring down. So, doesn't look too likely that it's going to be drying up anytime soon. As, what is those graphics? Everyone's on the wets obviously. So, no different tyre strategy, but PS5 graphics looking a bit shit. It's going to be an interesting race then. No DRS. All down to IRS deployment and pure talent. Ooh, rain. It's going to spice things up for sure. Outlaw Kakameste is definitely one to watch in the rain. He's a bit like the British. Growing up in Hungary. Always some rain. What is going on with these graphics though? Why is there like some just like blocks of spray? It's like square blocks in the background there. Doesn't even look like spray. IRS LB44, pretty decent in the wet. Might see himself up into the top 10 in the first lap. Always has a good start. Ooh, super skills. Drifting around cops there. On the formation up. But Skinner leads the way. Top 9 have sped off quite quickly on this formation lap. Chems and Cake has a big gap back to him, down in P10. This is a braking point now, drifting, trying to warm the tyres up. Alright, here we go then. All Bubbly's been disqualified. As we wait for the last remaining drivers to line their cars up in the grid spot. Here we go then. Everyone's ready to go. As we've got 5 red lights here at Silverstone. And the tier 2 race is underway. Who's got the best start? Looks like Elmo's got a great start there. Already up the inside of Skinner into turn 1. Like I said, Outlaw is always good in the wet. He's moved himself up into P3 there. Having a little look at Elmo, who's lost traction and a position to Skinner. Outlaw trying to go around the outside of Elmo. The two McLarens fighting for 5th and 6th. Grego has got a place above Finn Kits by the looks of it. Outlaw having a little battle with Parsifal. He's trying to make the move up the inside. of Elmo. Is battling going all over the place. Finn Kits loses the position to Sepoy. Bubbly stayed in P8, but he's got Chems and Cake up the inside of him around left field. Bit of contact there. Nick Broom up to P11. So one of the Ferraris has started well. Super Skills, which dropped down to the bottom of the field in P18. Skinner's had a good second start to this lap though. The starting phase, he dropped a position and gained it straight back off Elmo. He was lost a position to Parsifal. Now can Parsifal hunt down Skinner? Skinner's already he's already got 46% battery compared to Parsifal, who's on 80. So Skinner trying to break away here. Chems and Cake trying to go around the outside of Brannan into Vale. Great move there from Chems and Cake. Slight bit of contact between Brannan as well. Nick Broom right behind. Runs a bit wide into turn one. Luckily no one else behind him to challenge him into that position. We've got Outlaw making a move. Outlaw was making a move. And he's off the track now. Has to rejoin, and he's going to rejoin behind his teammate Super Skills in last position. So what has been a good start for Outlaw has now turned into a very bad start, and he's got cars all over the place ahead of him. But Skinner's pulling away at the moment. 2.1 seconds out in the lead from Parsifal. And he's looking very, very quick. Maybe too quick for this tier 2. We'll see how the race pans out. We'll see the distances at the end if he's still in the lead, but right now he's flying away with it. Who's that? Bubbly having a little look at Sepoy for P6. Trying to go up the inside. Slight bit of contact with your yellow flag. And that is Euro's Cuturillo down in P18, having a bit of a spin out of Beckett's onto the hanger straight. As Bubbly does get past Sepoy, Skinner sets the new fastest lap. IRS LB44 up to P30 now, as he has a moment. Coming onto the Hamilton straight. Oh, Julio Caesar as well. A very big moment there. Saved that well. Brannan having a look at Chems and Cake. Trying to get that position back from the Sauber. Grego Gamer is very close to Elmo here. Parsifal has brought that gap down to Skinner to 1.3 seconds at the moment. And he's got a little train behind him as Parsifal runs wide, as we say that. I think track limits are always a lot harder in the rain, so we might see a few penalties coming soon from a few people running wide. But there is a little train here at the moment from Parsifal in P2 down to Sepoy in P7. Skinner just ahead, not by too much, as Parsifal is adapting to the rain and starting to find some pace here. Nick Broom under pressure from Kentrum. Finn Kits, Bubbly going to be fastest lap, 4 people setting purple sectors throughout that lap. Outlaw back up to P14 on the back of IRS LB44. Oh, what's happened here? Has Kendra made a little mistake somewhere? Lost the position to Mateo's Monster as Outlaw gets past IRS LB44. Back up into P13. Pass well, has dropped time to Skinner again. They get back up to 1.8. They are on exactly the same amount of IRS. Remy getting past Julio Caesar. Up into P15. Super Skills not too far behind as well. Brannan having a look at Kensington Cake down the Hanger Straight. Just thinking of Lewis Hamilton then, Hammer Straight. As we're on board with the Mercedes, as Kensington Cake does run wide, down into Vale we go. Who's the latest on the brakes? It is Kensington Cake, but Brannan's going to try go around the outside. There's a bit of contact. Sepoy with a new fastest lap. Kensington Cake under all sorts of pressure from Brannan at the moment. Oh, Brannan takes a lot of curve there. Kensington Cake is lighting the rears up left, right and centre. Every corner at the moment. Those rears don't want to be working for him. Nick Broom, P10 in the points at the moment, has gapped Mateo's Monster and Kentrum. As he got Outlaw, trying to make a move through Woodcut on Kentrum. Did he go for a move into Cop's corner? No, he won't. He's got a good run here though, down into Maggots. Oh, about to break them or lift off. And they get a good exit onto the Hanger Straight. Here he comes. Moves to the outside of Kentrum. Down into Stove corner. Very close action, gets the job done though. Next up for him. What's happened? Elmo's round. Elmo's had a moment somewhere. Grego's there as well. Finn Kits and Bubbly have overtaken Grego and Elmo, so there must have been a bit of contact possibly. Sepoy as well, having a look up the inside of his teammate. Side by side got the Williams drivers. Sepoy runs a bit wide there, might allow Elmo back through. Not quite. Six laps gone already. One thing about Silverstone, even in the wet it goes pretty quick. Two-second gap up the top. Parsifal keeping Skinner honest at the moment, but he's run wide at Cops a few too many times at the moment. Bubbly up to P4 as well. British driver, I think he is, so be used to this weather. Running again, right behind Kensington Cake. Draining that battery though. Who's into the pits? Finn Kits into the pits already. Is that possibly onto the Inters? Because that's a very early stop on the wets. Yes it is. Oh, Grego's box as well, that's going to cost him. That's going to cost him a position to Elmo for sure. But a lot of drivers now diving into the pits for Inters. Yeah, Grego's lost the position to Elmo. But that's a surprise. 3/4 of the grid have boxed for a brand new set of Inters. Remy's going to be held up as well by Chems and Cake's pit crew. Unfortunate for him, he might lose a position to Super Skills. No, he doesn't, just about keeps the position. But let's have a look at Finn Kits. There is a drier line now. So if they go off that drier, I wouldn't say drier, but it's a lot better than the outside lines. If you're on wide off there, them Inters are going to be lighting up. And it's going to be hard to keep traction. But we'll keep an eye on Finn Kits and Matthew's Monster, see how much the gap comes down. Super Skills gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is track limits. Elmo's got past Euro's Futurillo. So maybe we'll see some dry tyres at the end of this race. Would be good, but everyone on the Inter's looking a lot quicker as Parseval dives into the pits. Evans and Cake gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Bubbly's into the pits, Sepoy into the pits. Nick Broom stayed out. If I was Nick, I would have boxed them for Inters because look at it, they're wets, struggling to get traction. Matthew's Monster into the pits. If Parseval had boxed a lap earlier, I wonder if he would have jumped Skinner, possibly. Because look at Finn Kits now. Look at the gap he's pulled over Parseval. Let's have a look at Skinner. How's he getting on? Trying to keep in the wet. How much time is he losing to Finn Kits? Oh, he's losing massive time to Finn Kits. Finn's got to apply that IRS. He might be able to take the lead in this race. We've got yellow flag. That is Euro's Cuturillo. No, it's not. It's Julius Caesar, sorry. You hear that Finn's flying. He's taking so much time out of Skinner at the moment. Skipping over those curves. Skinner stayed out. And he's losing massive time to Finn Kits. He's about to set the new fastest lap of this race. Nick Broom surely got a box here. But his Inters stays out again. Struggling to even keep it on the track is Nick. Maybe he's hoping for a safety car or something, but he's struggling to keep these Ferrari on the track as Finn Kits sets the new fastest lap. Which is nearly 3 seconds quicker than Skinner's fastest lap. Skinner's got to box this lap surely, otherwise he's going to lose too much time. Unless the weather is going to turn to dry tyres mid-race, and that's what Skinner's waiting for. And he's got a big enough gap to hold off until the dry weather comes. Could be wrong. But at this rate, Parseval and Bubbly are going to overtake Skinner when he boxes as well. Outlaw back up into the points now, P10 for him. Nick's still going in P3 on the wets. And you can see how much quicker Parseval is on these Inters. Flies past Nick. Yellow flag, and that is Julio Caesar again off the track, and now a lap down. Nick does finally box there. He's a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well, which is very unfortunate. Sepoy with the new fastest lap, right behind Elmer. 2 Williams drivers, 6th and 7th. Where does Nick Broom rejoin? He was P10. He's going to be losing a lot of positions. Even his teammate IRS LB44 has now got through down to P14, leaving it too late on the wets. Here comes Outlaw Pepameste, now up to P9 again, right on the tail of Kemsing Cake. Like I said, Outlaw in the rain. It's always one to watch. A bit of a rain master. Kemsing Cake is very far back though. Oh, both of them drifting around cops there. 8 seconds back from Sepoy, who's drifting around Beckett's. Skinner stays out again on these wet tyres, as Elmo is side by side with Gregor. Up into P5 he goes. Finn Kitts, the new fastest lap. Remy's still out there in the wets as well, just clocked that, down in P17. You know what, this is, even though it's been raining, it's been a very clean race from Tier 2. I'm not expecting to see many incident reports after this race, as of right now. Don't want to jinx things and give a commentator's curse. It's been pretty good. 12 seconds now the gap between Skinner and Finn Kitts. That is about, I think it's about 10 seconds now, 11 seconds in 4 laps on Finn. Remy finally boxes and gets off those wet tyres, but I think it must be going to dry, because if Skinner's staying out so long, he must know something that we don't. Remy's gone on to mediums. Has Julio Caesar got damage on his front wing? Yes, they do. We might see a retirement in the pits as we got. Is that Outlaw? Yes, it is. Outlaw's had a moment. Maybe I've jinxed him as well. That might be a retirement in the pits from Julio Caesar. A lap down, wing damage, 10-second penalty. It's going to be quite hard to come back into any sort of good result from that. And it is indeed. Unfortunate. Some people don't enjoy the rain, me being one of them, even though I'm British. Nick Broom having a look at Matteo's Monster, who runs wide into Vale. Can Nick get the up and under? Yes, he can, and takes away the position from Matteo's Monster. That was a good move from Nick there. Spotted Matteo's Monster running wide. Oh, then he gets a 3 second just by cutting the corner a bit too much. Finn now 7 seconds behind Skinner. Get a flag. Now Skinner out of the race, and that'll be a safety car. That one. No safety car. For some reason Skinner's binned it. How's he binned it there? Maybe he took too much curb. I'm really not sure what happened there with Skinner. Maybe the wet tyres was not working no more. Took too much curb. I thought it was going to be a safety car as well. Oh, what is that? That's Gregor and Sepoy by the looks of it. I've come together on Stove Corner. Chems and Cake and Outlaw now move up a couple of positions as well. Parseval's into the pits on mediums. Outlaw's got a 3-second time penalty. It's been pretty quiet up until that point, and in that last 10 seconds, 15 seconds, about 3 or 4 things just happened. Outlaw, a penalty, Sepoy and Grego come together. People boxing for medium tyres. I don't know, I'm a bit shocked by that, because it's still raining, so there's no chance that medium's going to work. DRS enabled, so we're seeing a glitch then. Fair play, Parseval, he's worked it out. It's still spitting with rain, but DRS has been enabled, so those medium tyres will start to light up and give a massive advantage to Parseval, as Finn Kitts has clocked it as well, dives into the pits. As he sets the fastest lap with a 1:35.3, even though he just boxed. Let's see where Parseval will jump up to as Brannan dives into the pits. Gregor Gamer opting to stay out. Parseval should see himself up to P2 here. I think just above Bubbly. There's Bubbly on the exit. Parseval jumping up into a net P2, P5 for now. But Sepoy, Grego and Elmo will have to box. There's no more rain. There's a dry line. So that's what Skinner was waiting for before he binned it. So Skinner was a couple of laps away from doing a master strategy, but unfortunately he binned it and is now out of the session. And that's going to put Finn Kitts in P1 after Gregor and Elmo box, as Sepoy is trying to keep it on the track. Oh, he spun it. Oh, he's not. He saved it. Good save. He's got to get into them pits as quick as he can as Elmo boxes. And so does Gregor. Possibly going to see another McLaren race winner in the second round here. Because Finn Kitts is... How far in front is he? Let's have a look. When Parseval crosses the line. New fastest lap from Parseval. And he is just under 6 seconds behind Finn Kitts. Bubbly as well for a podium here. Having a great race in the house. Elmo currently P4. Brannan's gone for the softs. Let's have a look at the penalties. A few people racking them up. 8 drivers with a 3-second time penalty. So half the grid. Parseval is catching here though. It was just under 6 seconds. It's now 4.7. This is a much better race from the reigning champion. Last week had no luck in Austria. Didn't have too much pace either. But today he showed why he is the reigning champion of Tier 2. And he's closing up to Finn Kitts, who's leading this race Oh, we've got Outlaw and Kems and Cake having a little battle here. Both of them sliding wide. Running with the new fastest lap. 1:31.8 on the soft tyres. DRS now enabled as well, so Outlaw trying to make the move on Kems and Cake. This is the only battle we've got on track at the moment. Well, Matthew's Monster actually. Pretty close to IRS LB44. Apart from that, everyone else is quite spread out as Outlaw gets very close to the back of that Sauber through Cops. So we head down into Maggots and Beckett's, and that's going to be a track limit penalty, warning sorry, for Outlaw. Just cutting that curb a bit too much. Should be able to make an easy overtake here though, with the help of DRS and ERS. Pass around with a new fastest lap. A 31.2, which is faster on the medium tyres compared to his teammate on the softs. So that's a bit interesting. Gap is now 4.2 between him and Finn. Follow from the pit lane from Skinner, who is unfortunately out of this session after trying to go for a master strategy on the wet all the way to the dry weather. What happened, Skinner? Did you just bin it on one of the curbs through Maggots and Beckett's? The wet's not working. Kems and Cake trying to come back at Outlaw. To the inside he goes. They're still side by side. Outlaw's going to leave that Alpine up the inside into the left field. Trying to get a good exit onto Woodcut. Side by side they go towards Cops corner. Will anyone back out? Or will they go side by side through Cops as well? They're going to go side by side through Cops. Bit of real wheel banging down into Maggots. Outlaws ahead. Kems and Cake slots back in to position. Screen freeze and I found myself on a wall. Oh, that's mad unlucky. Fucking hell. It's not even like a driver error. It's just a screen freeze, which fucks the race up. Kems and Cake with another 3 seconds. Now up to 6. Which will cost him a position to Brennan, who's on those soft tyres. Parcelwell is catching Finn Quits by a couple of tenths every lap. 3.4 now the gap. To be fair, he's taking 4 tenths out of Finn in that first sector alone. Finn saving up his battery. You can see the Parcelwell attack from behind. He's dropped Bubbly, who's kind of dropped Elmo. Gregor in a bit of no man's land in P5 at the moment. Only battle we've got on track is this battle here for 6th and 7th position. The Alpine and Sauber of Outlaw and Kems and Cake. Another new fastest lap from Parcelwell at 1:29.869 as Elmo snatches that away by nearly 5 tenths with 29.3, and Elmo is starting to close up to the back of Bubbly. Super Skills with a 3-second time penalty, moving him up to 6 seconds now. Finn Kits is going to blow this race with it at the moment, because Parcelwell is catching up. a big amount. Thought Kems and Cake was going to make a lunge there into the loop. I was just 7 seconds ahead of planning to pit same lap as pass. I thought you were just waiting for the wet. What, for the dry weather you mean? You was waiting for? He's going to pit the same lap as possible then. He was literally, I think, a lap away or 2 laps away from the dry weather as well. So that's kind of annoying. Kems and Cake trying to have a look through maggots there. I have to back out of it again. He's going to have the DRS. I should move ahead of Outlaw back up into P6. Left that late to move over. Outlaw not giving this one up though. Looking to the inside. Out of club corner we go. For the 20th time. Matches Monster with a 3-second time penalty down in P11 in the Red Bull. Trying to close up to the back of Kentrum. He's not had the best race today. His first podium last week in Austria. Finishing P3, currently P10. With 1 point. Should keep that P10 as well. Matches Monster is catching up, but there's only 6 laps to go. Elmo is now within DRS of Bubbly here. Yeah, I don't know, it was a bit of a visual glitch. On the screen it was spitting with rain, but for you guys I'm guessing it was dry. So I couldn't tell if it was Inters or dry weather tyres because of that visual glitch, but as soon as I started seeing Remy and Parsifal box for mediums when it was still raining, I kind of knew that it was a bit of a glitch. Elmo right on the back of Bubbly now as we come out of the loop onto the Wellington Straight. We have an opportunity of a move down into Brooklands. Not quite. How about getting a good exit out of Luffield? Make a move through Cops and try to get overtake over the month. We've got a three-way battle here now for P6. Brunning has joined the party as Outlaw gets past Kems and Cake into Brooklands. Ah, Finn's just blew the race win. He's got a 3-second time penalty. And Parseval's pressure has been mounting on the McLaren driver as he cost himself the race win with that 3 seconds. We still have got 5 laps to go, so Parseval might pick up a penalty himself, but as of right now, that race win is going to the reigning champion in the Mercedes, which is Parseval. And while that was happening as well, Elmo did get past Bubbly for the final podium position. Can Bubbly do anything about Elmo and try to take that position back? Brannan picks up another penalty, which is 6 seconds now for him. I think Parseval will still want to do this on track here and take the race win away from Finn Kitts on track rather than take it away due to a penalty. 1.2 seconds. This battle's still going on here. Outlaw getting back past Brannan with soft tyres. are probably starting to wear off quite a bit as the sun comes out in the background. Kendrick has lost that position on track to Matthew's Monster. He's got 4 laps to stay within 3 seconds of the Red Bull to keep that 1 point. Parseval is now in the DRS of Finn Kits. Should see an overtake going down the hangar straight possibly. Parseval can just close up. 2 more attempts, two or three more attempts to Finn Kits coming through cops and maggots. I think 5 attempts, 4 attempts will be just enough for Parseval to make a move. Because Finn has got that battery saved up. Bubbly sticking onto the back of Elmo here as well. Not letting him go. So what, Parseval 6 attempts, but Finn's made a little mistake. Drops down to 5 attempts. Don't think it'll be enough this time round to make a move into Stove. Has a little look into Vale. Too far back. Doesn't really need to make the overtake, but you always want to win it on track rather than take away the win from a penalty. So we'll see what he does as Outlaw gets past Kensington Cake into 6th position. Has a bit of a moment at the exit of Stove. Brannan's got to make a lunge somewhere on Kensington Cake. He wants to get up to P7. And I've missed the overtake of Parseval and Finn Kits. Lap 24, Parseval has finally taken the lead of this race after hunting Finn Kits down. Bubbly's hanging on to Elmo. I think he's just about to lose. Oh, he's got the DRS, I think. Yeah, he did. But I think next time round that's going to be it. No more opportunities for Bubbly to get back into that podium unless Elmo makes a mistake. Do you know what? Elmo might take away P2 from Finn here. If he has a good last couple of laps and finds a 10th from Finn, that's going to be P2 for Elmo. 3.7 at the moment. This battle's still going on as well. Outlaw, Kensington Cake and Brennan. Here comes Kensington Cake up the inside. Outlaw had a bit of a mistake there. Brennan's close, but not close enough for a move. Kensington Cake makes it 9 seconds now. Him and Brennan have racked up about 35 seconds of penalties in the last 2 races between them. To be fair, that might be a bit too much because Brennan did have a 10 seconds taken away from him last race. So I'd say 25 seconds, 20 seconds between Kensington Cake and Brennan in the last 2 races. Some good fighting though. That's Kensington Cake trying to make a move up the inside. Well, go for it, cops. Finn Kits got back past Parseval. Outlaw fending off Kensington Cake for now. As Parseval and Finn start their last lap. Elmo, he's not going to get P2. I think that the IRS is helping Finn just to keep ahead of Elmo for P2. We'll see what Parcel does when you go for a move down the hanger straight on Finn, just to rub salt in the wounds of Finn Kits getting that 3-second time penalty. Tucked up right behind McLaren. We're on the final lap of this race, 26 of 26. Should be an easy move here for Parcel. Just get a good exit, apply all that ERS, and move up the inside of the McLaren down into Stowe corner, which he does. Into P1. Finn's having a little fight back. There's a front wing end plate flying off that McLaren there. But into the last couple of corners we go. Out of club corner. And Parseval will take victory here in round 2 for tier 2. And finish off how he finished off last season by winning the championship and taking 25 points in Silverstone. Finn Kits, after leading majority of that race, is unfortunately going to have to come home in P2. Only 5 tenths ahead of Elmo, who did get himself onto that podium. Bubbly, P4 for him. Great race, to be fair, from the Haas driver. Well deserved 4th position. Unlucky not to get a podium. Grego comes home in P5. Outlaw wins the battle between Brannan and Kems and Cake, coming home in P6. Brannan finishes in P7. Sepoy P8. Kems and Cake glitching against the water, comes home in P9. Kentrum did beat Matheus Monster to that last point in P10. IRS LB44 P12 for him. Super Skills loses the position to Nick, and then we're going to wait for Remy come home in P15 ahead of Heroes Cutarilla. But pretty fun race there from tier 2. Not too many incidents as the Euros Cutarilla trying to drift around the last couple of corners here. Comes home in P16. There we are. There's the end of that race. I think it was a great little battle for the victory there. Great battle for the podium between Elmo and Bubbly as well. Nick Broom gets driver of the day. I'll discuss that in a minute because I think there's quite a few contenders for the driver of the day. Let me just have a look at the final classification. I mean, to be fair, Parseval is a contender. Finn Kits, even though we've got a 3-second. Bubbly's a contender. Who else is up there for a contender? Yeah, I think it's out of them 3 for driver of the day. And I think my vote for driver of the day is going to have to be the Haas driver of Bubbly, who goes up from P8 on the grid to P4, narrowly missing out on a podium and having a pretty good race. Parseval in a strong second, followed by Finn. So yeah, Bubbly takes that driver of the day, as Remy's in chat saying, I feel that from him. Finishing down in P15 in the Sauber. Not one of his best races, but still gained some positions. So that's a positive. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed watching that one. Tier 2 always brings entertainment and drama to IRS. Always a good watch. Next week should be even better because you've got 2 races to watch. You've got a sprint race and you've got a 50% race. So make sure you tune in next Sunday if you want to see Tier 2's sprint race in Spain, which should be as exciting as the race today. But yeah, make sure you come and tune in on Tuesday for Tier 1's sprint race in Spain as well. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on Tuesday with Gary, who's going to be commentating the Tier 1 race. Peace out.